Boxing King Media. Thank you for your time, Marc. Ramsey, moments after an incredible night for your man, Artur Beterbiev. I just got to ask you, was there any moments in that fight where maybe you thought, could these all go tonight?
Yes and no. The thing is, we already know before the fight that Anthony Yarde is the type of boxer who can generate a lot of power, especially round 1 to round 5 or 6 to round 5, 6. And he have tendency also after that to lose a lot of energy. And we want to start the fight very slowly, make sure that we didn't cut by like a stupid punch and good defense, just box. Even if we lose some round, it was not panic over there. We know that at one point we're gonna bring him in the zone that we want, like that second part of the fight. It's professional boxing. It's 12 rounds. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And we know that at one point we're gonna catch him and just finish the fight. Yeah.
How did you find the experience of the crowd? The crowd were on Anthony Yarde's side, and I'm guessing you never experienced a crowd so loud for the other fighter.
It's more about Artur. I did a lot of fight here in England. I fight with one of my guys, Cal Brook. I fight Dylan White also with Oscar Rivas. Like I have that habit to. I remember I did an amateur fight actually in Manchester with 20.
For Artur, how do you reckon he found that
For
experience?
Artur, that was something maybe new. But Artur, if emotionally is very stable. He's not a guy who's gonna be overexcited or like depressed by something. He's a guy who's always about the same mood.
Everyone's asked you, what do you think realistically is next for him? Because he's pretty much cleaned up. There's obviously another belt out there.
Of course, the fight that we want is the fight with Bivol. It's not a question of Bivol. It's not personal. It's just that he have the last belt that we want, and this is the fight that we want. No other fight.
No interest in Canelo, just in case he decides I want a piece of Beterbiev.
Especially with Artur, a lot of fighters fight for money, or this is what they target. Artur is not a question of money. He want to have that belt. It's not about how many million you can do and whatever. It's just we want that belt.
And he's 38 years old. He joked about it in the press conference. How much longer do you think he's got to give in this sport? How many more fights would you want him to carry on fighting for?
We will see. Right now we're going one fight at a time. He's very, very disciplined for years. Like Artur never drink alcohol of his life, never go out, never. He just focus on his job of professional boxer and take care of his family. And he right now he received the salary of all those years getting discipline. And he's still at 38. He can still perform at very, very high level, and we don't see yet any kind of slowing down in his metabolism.
And just a quick one. I mentioned a notice in the press conference early in the week. Quite fascinating how he seems to be praying all the time. When he's not talking, his lips are moving. Have you? I'm guessing you've experienced that with him for a long time.
Yes, of course. And you know what? There is two Artur. This is what you see when he is fighting, and when he is what he is when you pass all those days with him. He's a guy who making a lot of joke, very great sense of humor. It's a fun guy to be around. But when it's time to fight, it's time to fight with him.
Do you think it's a big misconception with boxing fans because they talk about him like he's a monster, he's a scary guy, but really he's a humble, quiet man who just gets on with his business? Would that be fair?
Of course. Like he's very, as a human being, he's very like a great person. He's not a guy like, even if you ask him, like he will tell you that he will prefer to do another job. He don't like to beat up people. It's something that he don't like, but this is the way that he feed his family.
Last question, is Artur Beterbiev the hardest pound-for-pound puncher currently in world boxing?
Oh, there is no doubt. I think there is no doubt. Nobody did what he did, but not only the percentage of knockout, it's also be able to generate power with all punch, not only one punch, and every round. Like he can hurt you around the first round, but he can knock you out like he did before with the guys like Enrico Collin when he won the first time the World IBF Championship around number 12. He still generate power the whole fight.
Marc, congratulations, and hopefully we'll see you back in the UK again.
I hope so.
Thank you.